Good evening, Trinidad and Tobago. It is Saturday, April 13th, and been following some stories. I'm sure you've been following the stories likewise. So I thought I'd do a video tonight to touch on the issue of national security because it's been in the news a lot. It's been in the news a lot, and in the past couple of days, and we had to touch on this issue of xenophobia, xeno, whatever kind of phobia, because if we can't talk about the fact that we can't trace the Venezuelans, and we are allowing Venezuelans to come into the country not knowing what or who they are, we're in trouble. But while you're sharing the video and I sharing the video, let's play our music. Yeah?
This is not a fete in here, this is madness. This is not the kind of jam where you stand like a choopity begging for mercy. This is not a fete in here, this is madness. Everybody mad. Where we going? Where we going? Where we going? Why we going there?
With brown. The same one who used to walk the road like she shat down to the ground. Since she lost, she Pepsi go walk. If you see the child, getting on kind of wild and wassy like wassy going out of style. Brown did gummy head and bald. Now we feeling shame. Now she have about 10 kissy and she went to holy name.
The same time an ex-cute man pass and gone with the dame, cause this is not a fete in here, this is madness. Stand like a mumu, the rhythm go jam you. This is not a fete in here, this is madness. Everybody mad. Where we going? Where we going? Where we going? Why we going there? Where we going? Why we going there?
All of we mad. All of we have to be going St. John's. Now look, it's a Saturday night, so you need to be calm and you need to be cool. But I want you to stop and think where we reach. The name of this video is This Is Not a Fete in Here. This is madness. Now, for those of you who don't know where Union Road, Diego Martin is, Union Road, Diego Martin is Chick and Joel by Coastal Stream Highway. Union Road, busy. Union Road, Diego Martin, connects to Hillcrest, upper class housing development, big townhouse development. Union Road, right where everybody could see. Now listen to what these fellas do. I almost went and do the video right there tonight. Check what these fellas do. And now don't need to rent the house or they buy the house. This big, This big. These fellas take a property, they buy it or they rent it. If they rent it, landlord have questions to answer. Because landlord had to see that he rent his property to, and you stick a pin. We come back to landlord. These fellas either buy or rent a house in Union Road and design it. Hear me now? This is madness. These fellas design the house, they renovate the house to look like a police station. This was not one-time con. You living in Union Road and a police station appear next door to you. You driving home, you passing a police station inside Union Road. They put the protect and serve star, everything, you know. So it's blue and white with the protect and serve star. So it's a police station. You never went in to check the police. You ever see police vehicles park up outside? You see, this one's serious. This is not just you grab a police uniform, you throw it on, you went and you commit a robbery, you commit a kidnapping. This one's serious. This one, you put on roots. You establish yourself in the community impersonating police. That is a serious crime. Now the landlord, if they didn't buy the house, the landlord collecting rent from whoever he rent the house to, again, I am assuming. Because if these fellas buy the house, then them gunter that they arrest, them are the ones behind this operation. That operation big, and I want you to understand, human trafficking is big money business. Big money business. 50,000, 100,000 for the right one. Big money, big money. So all I need to do is move about 10 of these pretty girls that has gone missing. And about 30 that's gone missing a month. And 2 that's come back, they went to bull by the boyfriend. And we just make a big hullabaloo. Because if 2 went to bull by the boyfriend, all 30 bullet. So we don't realize that plenty of our women are missing. Human trafficking is serious. It's an associative industry with the illegal narcotics trade. Now, them little gunter that you lock up in Union Road can't be the ones behind this. This requires financing at a very high level. This requires the ability to either buy or lease a property, pay people to disguise it as a police station. These fellas put together a police station. How long that police station there? I had to go and talk to the neighbors. I want to go and knock on doors and ring doorbell and ask them how long that police station in all the community. And again, Stephen Williams, what in Christ's knapsack were you doing for all these years you were acting? People open a fake police station and nobody know. What the actual police was doing? Now, this is where it gets tricky. This is where it gets tricky. Because you see, Gary Griffith have his own unit that going after and breaking crime that is not traditional TTPS to protect and serve. So he mashing some bacons. Because if police involved in that, and that's a big if, because if police, actual Trinidad and Tobago police service members involved in that ain't junior police. That ain't people below the rank as sergeant. This is people who could call big shots. This country gone mad. Listen to me now. These people didn't paint a car blue and white for a night and went and hold up. No, these people established a police station. We are entering a realm of crime that this country not set up to even appreciate or understand. And we're going to touch on the Venezuelan invasion and what it means to crime in this country, because we're going to tie it to when the United States of America send back all we refugees, all of them that get any kind of crime, any kind, you can't come and say all, what they were calling them, when they send them all back home, because I know a couple of them only talk with American accent. They in America since they're 1 year old, 2 years old. They ain't known Trinidad at all, you know, and they just drop them back here with a suitcase. There are fella living in the savannah. There are fella living in the savannah opposite where National Alliance for Reconstruction had their head office that is now Haagen-Dazs. They had a man, and I was running around the Savannah regular, and I see him there, and I stop and I ask him because he there with all his belongings. So I wanted to ask him, and in those days, it was Jericho Project, and I wanted to know what assistance I could give him. And the man told me, boss, I don't know anybody in this country. They deport all. Now, what happened? What happened when they deported them? They deported some Trini Roots criminals trained in real crime. So when they touched down, the whole place shut down. From about 1991, the country started to go mad. And then we started to get things like kidnapping. Fellas became Muslimin and Muslim. Fellas with long rap sheet from crime in Miami, real hitters, end up back in Trinidad and Tobago, where our police officers were still wearing short pants and wearing tall socks with a butu in the pocket. All remember that? All you have to remember that? Police in short blue pants, tall blue socks, and a butu in the pocket. Meeting fellas who come down here, hardened criminals. Them fellas understood crime in a way that changed Trinidad and Tobago. It changed the country because the criminal element that was existing here get a crash course in real crime. And partner, let me tell you something. I want to tell you, all the marabunta in Trinidad who think they're bad, all your Muslim, ISIS, all of you who think all they're bad, you see them Latin cartelians, you see them is a different level of hater. Them don't look back. Them don't think twice. These fellas heartless. They cold. And they committing grotesque and obscene murder to send a message. Don't come near them. This is what is finding its way into the Royal Imperial Majestic Banana Republic of Trinidad and Tobago. And our police are scared to death. Because it's one thing to end up in a firefight with Lavantillian and Beaton bad boys and Enterprise hoodlums. It is another thing completely to be getting suppressing fire from a group of people who could send for backup by the pirogue. Hear me? Hear me. Even the Coast Guard know. They could play outside there, but know your boundaries. Our Coast Guard don't play with Venezuelans in the water, you know. They will sink all we boat and send the receipt for Howard Chinley to run by Hostal and buy some more. Our Coast Guard can't play in the open sea with Venezuelans. I am telling you, the level of violence that has arrived on our shores now, and there is only one person in any public office that has an inkling or an understanding what is about to befall us, and that is Gary Griffith. Because you see, Gary has been warning, ringing an alarm bell since he was Minister of National Security. You see, the maritime security wall was supposed to build to protect Trinidad from this, from what is about to happen. We can't fight this without America, you know. We need Donald Trump. Trinidad could get overrun. And we have a crutch rocket for a Minister of National Security, a jackass of class. You see, we can't find our bandits who leave a trail, who have a connection. If you talk to John, he remember Mary, who used to line with William, who know Barry. And Barry could tell you who put on the work. When you're dealing with Venezuelans who have no registration, no passport, no footprint, no thumbprint, they're leaving nothing for you to play with. They're leaving nothing. When you see Trinity police and them come and the crime scene unit like CSI and white all the shoe covered, and they come in with them little paintbrush and you're dusting. When they kill Selvin Richardson, them fellas ain't leave a shadow. They ain't leave a footprint. We still don't know who killed Selvin Richardson. We still don't know to this day. Perfect hit. The next one, Davy Mirage. I remember when Davy Mirage got killed? Amalgamated Security was set up to protect Davy Mirage. And Davy Mirage get killed broad daylight playing tennis. Hear me. We need to get very, very serious, very, very fast. Tell Stuart Young, this is not the thing to stunt with. Don't play with this. This is not Trinidad Jep. This is the kind of Jep that when it stings you, you're just dead from toxic shock. This is real marabunta, and I am saying to worry you. I am saying to frighten you. Hear what I am telling you. This serious. Stuart Young saying, and this is why I am doing this video. Because he has to be an absolute asshole. For that uneducated, ignorant jackass to say that any Venezuelans who commit a crime will be deported. He has to be a madman. This is madness. We can't find Trinis who people know and recognize. We can't find them. Guralal who killed Daniel Guerra was a police officer. Get 1 day bail, step out the jail and disappear. We can't find Guralal. We can't find Trinbagonian bandits. We going and find Veni, who we can't recognize, we can't communicate with, we can't link. Come on. Come on. Put the partisan bullshit aside. What them fellas open fire on the police with is bullets that has taken down concrete wall. Heavy shots, heavy shells. Coming out short barrel AR-15. When that kickback is boot, 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 boot. Listen, this ain't no joke thing. These fellas trained better in killing than our army. We can't deal with this. Stuart Young is a madman. We have no business registering anybody. Trinidad could get overrun. Understand this. We don't have the forces. We have 6,000 police and 7,000 army. Add the 200 Coast Guard to that. I have 13,000 people. Venezuela is in such a state that if they decide, if the narco dons decide they want to take Trinidad, we can't stop them. Our Coast Guard will be sunk in between Cedros and Venezuela. Every boat. We have nothing. We have these fellows will swarm us. Now Gary is telling the nation, don't let them get a foothold. There's a level of kidnapping that went on. When Curry get kidnapped and they find his headless body, there are people who speculate they didn't kidnap Curry for ransom. They kidnapped Curry to kill him, to send a message. They came, took him, beheaded him, and left with the head. Dropped the body on some land that I have been told Rahal give himself for his family. And a message was sent. These people don't play. They don't play. They don't ask Davy Mirage family. These people don't play. Ask Selvin Richardson family. These people don't play. The fact that our crime has escalated to the point where our criminals have gotten so brazen. Hear me? They established a police station. That is organized crime. And if you brazen enough to establish a police station across the road from Victoria Gardens, hear me, 100 meters from Westmoreland, if you so brazen to establish a fake police station in bright, bustling and busy Diego Martin Day, what going on behind God back? What going on in the bush? What going on where people don't travel? What going on there? What going on there? What going on in places that we have no eyes or ears? What going on there? Nobody to say, hey, nobody. What going on in those places? Ask the question. Ask the question. Because this is not, and this is not xenophobia. Understand? If you look at it from a strict socio-economic point of view, we have too many Venezuelans here now, our system going to collapse. You can't get medical, you can't get the transport system, can't handle it. You have 30,000 people in this country looking for taxi on a morning, you displace people. Your system's set up to operate a certain way. Our police service was overrun. Our courts system can't deal with our 2x4 nickel and dime bandit. Our courts, our justice system, our law enforcement is not going to be able to manage this from a socio-economic point of view alone. We in trouble. This is an insane policy. The government has to be told, stop it. You're stunting for nobody. You're going to get cheap votes, but you're opening Pandora box. This is not anti-guns. This is not St. Lucians and Grenadians that Eric Williams bring and throw to live in CKD boxes in the Bitam opposite the Lavas that become a whole community called Bitam. This is not that. This is not that. You could control that. You can't control this. This serious. These fellas have backup. These fellas and a cell phone and a rental car. It's trouble. Them getting their guns on the foreshore. Bring it from a behind movie town. Shining bright, bright light. Come by West Mall. These fellas, they don't care. They're not afraid. We think our little gangsters bad. We will miss them if we allow this madness to take place. Registering Venezuelans, not helping us, and it not helping them. Because there is nothing here for them long term, understand. The government, if it had won the election, if the PNM had won the election and did nothing, we'd have been better off. But in this government's term, we've lost about 5,000 telecommunications jobs. I don't know how much we lose from the steel industry, the construction industry collapse, and you shut down Petrotrin. Petrotrin's loss to the economy and the fence line communities and all the associated businesses that did business with Petrotrin is estimated at about 100,000 unemployed. We have a massive problem here. So it's not that we could absorb the Venezuelans and hold it. We couldn't, because we're trying to absorb and hold our unemployed and keep them from having to choose to become bandits. So now we have 100,000 unemployed people taking any job they could get. I have a friend. She messaged me to say, I've taken a job. It's nowhere near what she has 3 degrees. She takes some clerical posts. I tell you, I talked to a factory, a refinery operator who cleaning pools for a company. He must get minimum wage plus tips. And they're just doing it to at least keep eating. Our people, our Trinbagonian unemployed at disaster levels. When you add this to that, it's chaos and ulmas. And for Stuart Young and them to believe that they cannot deal with the influx of refugees means that Stuart Young and Keith Rowley and Faris Al-Rawi and Colm Inwood should never have been the government. But forget that. They cannot continue to be the government. They are abdicating the responsibility to safeguard the nation. This is where we're at. It is very simple to rid the country of all illegal immigrants. If you make that as a policy and tell them that you will set up a refugee camp in Cedros and you will get water, you'll be able to get a shower, a bed to sleep, a meal to eat, and we will try to facilitate and process you forward on to the world. Trinidad can't take you. And whether or not you accept that or not, it's not my problem to solve. Because I can only give you fact. If you are incapable of managing fact, you shouldn't be in the national conversation. If your compassion is dwarfing your reason and fighting your critical thinking, we in trouble if you represent the majority. Because the people of Trinidad and Tobago have to know that we've lost 100,000 jobs and we've brought in over 100,000 refugees desperate for work. Desperate. Those girls prostituting themselves to survive. To survive. They don't want to be prostituting themselves. And Trinis realizing that they're starving, trading them like cattle, like livestock. The only reason that we found out that there is an illegal fake police station in Union Road is that 2 of the people they kidnapped to traffic had people looking for them. Trinidad and Tobago cannot survive this policy. The government is mad. Stuart Young is mad. Keith Rowley is mad. Faris Al-Rawi is a criminal con artist crook who is just using his role as Attorney General to enrich the Nahus family of some most devious and dubious deals. And he should be fired and charged, investigated, prosecuted. What are they waiting on? What? First to say he get away with the children and the guns, AV Oil get away with the 100 million, and Ish get away with the billion. This is a game? Who could get away? What is going on? And why are you, each and every one of you out there, why are you not asking what the hell is going on in this country? Because when I spoke to the Commissioner of Police, when I called to say, I see something circulating on WhatsApp and I need to know this is true. He said, boy, that is real fact. 3 Venezuelan hitmen get killed in this country in the last 3 days, and this morning police killed 2. That's fine. That we are aware of. Human trafficking is taking place in Trinidad on a scale that we have no way of measuring, because these Venezuelan women who are being taken have no record, and that some of the people who know that they're being taken are also themselves illegal. They can't go to the police station because when they go to the police station, they get arrested. So it's a catch-22. And again, if genuine, authentic police officers are involved in this, then we have a much bigger problem than even I anticipated. This cannot continue. I don't know. I said, somebody tell me, give it a rest today. I say, you know what, that's true. I feel like it's time to bring out the 3 guys on the Titanic. When they realize, look, they have enough lifeboat, the boat sinking, dead anyway. They just play till we sink. Because if we don't tell the handful in the parliament and the cabinet and the government, hear that. Well, you know the asshole they're doing, it is time to fire you all. The bullshit bacchanal exchange between Kamala and Keith doing nothing for this country. Look around. Look around you. Nothing works. Nothing works because of Kamala. Nothing works because of Keith. Nothing works because of Manning. Nothing works because of Pandey. These prime ministers came into office fronting bandits who have raided and plundered this country, while their lemmings in the cabinet do what the hell they like. Masquerade as government. We have a situation that requires a national intervention. We cannot sit idly by and have the government destroy the country by fake policy. It is time for the people of Trinidad and Tobago to wake up to the reality of where we are right now. Right now. We have to wake up right now. You're not safe. Your children not safe. Your family not safe. You're not safe in your house. It's different. It's different. You could be in a situation where they're trying to break in your house and you call in the police station and they tell you there are no vehicles. You know why there are no vehicles? Because they don't want to interrupt that robbery. Police afraid too. Police scared. And we have corrupt police who are part and parcel with some of the bandits putting down work. To this day, people still think that hairdresser who get kidnapped, do you remember her name, in the Black X Trail, that was real police. If we can't trust law enforcement and we can't manage our government, if we cannot function as a nation, where are we going from here? Where are we going? Trinidad and Tobago, where are we going from here?
I see hate. Mr. Speaker, I see bitterness. Mr. Speaker, I see acrimony. Mr. Speaker, I see animosity. And Mr. Speaker, I see a man completely out of control. Completely out of control.
When Patrick Manning was saying that in the video, I'm going to share the video on the thread of the live feed. I want you to see how criminal this government is. Behind Patrick Manning in this video is Marlene McDonald. Now Rowley knew that Marlene McDonald was involved in criminal activity where her husband and the Calabar Foundation was concerned, and didn't want to hire her as a minister. Something forced his hand 3 times. What is that something? What is going on in our government that could force the hand of the Prime Minister to allow these things to take place? I want you to listen to the same Keith Rowley. I want you to listen to him talking in the Parliament. I just want you to hear the things he said then and observe what's going on now. Between that conversation and today, Patrick Manning was summoned to a house in the west of Trinidad and Tobago where he was told that he was fired. Who have that?
I went to the Prime Minister of Trinidad and Tobago in August 2003 as a Minister of Government in Trinidad and Tobago, a PMA Minister, and told him that there was bid rigging taking place in UD Cox. what the Commission of Inquiry is looking at is 10 times worse than what happened with the Airport. And it's even more brazen. The PNM is on trial. Because those of us who were here and carried the O'Halloran stain, we cannot take the position that this is all talk.
He was talking about the O'Halloran stain, referred to what Calderheart was doing as 10 times worse than Ish and Steve. Now watch me. Manning, Pandey, Kamala, Rowley allowed Johnny O'Halloran, Ishwak Albaranting, Steve Ferguson and the 11 accomplices and Calderheart to rape this country billions of dollars.
1986, when we went to campaign in my area, I was there. I don't know who else was there. I was there. And you're going door to door and you're slamming doors in your face in Westmoreland, in Glencoe, in Bayshore, and all they tell you about is O'Halloran. And today, every school child in this country knows that there's something called Utica and it smells to the high heavens.
Manning took over from Robbie, who took over from Chambers, who took over from Williams, and under Williams, Johnny O'Halloran plundered the country. To the point where he left massive skyscrapers in the Toronto skyline as his personal property. Declare your wealth, explain your wealth. Go and ask O'Halloran family to explain that. Explain that. But PNM can't do that. PNM can't go in Malcolm Jones' house and ask Malcolm Jones' family and Ken Julian family and Conrad Enel family and Karen Teixeira and family and ask them to explain their wealth. And I'm saying to you, Trinidad and Tobago, this is a country where you could pelt a stone from Union Road and hit Four Roads Police Station. So you saying to me that when this fake police station was set up, between then and now, no police patrol drive past it. No police patrol ever drive past that fake police station. Something not adding up here. Something not adding up here. This is the tip of the iceberg. Rescuing 4 sex trafficked women, that's not the story. The story here is, how did they come to set up a fake police station and no genuine, authentic police officers ever saw it? How? How? How did that happen? How? How is it possible that a police station was created and no real police in Four Roads police station asked their superior, they have an ex-police station in the West? How did the Minister of National Security not know about that? How? How is that possible that the Ministry of National Security is responsible for funding all police stations who have to put together a chart and a needs assessment every budget? Nobody said, don't forget the station in Union Road. How? How is it possible? How is it possible? When Karen Bobart, Camille or Karen Bobart, was kidnapped, she was kept in a house in Westmoreland for 30 days. In Westmoreland, everybody know everybody's business because we're sharing walls. How did that happen? How was that allowed to happen? You see, it's one big, stinking, putrid, dying animal, Trinidad and Tobago, because everything connects to something else. And when you start to ask the real questions, you realize, you get to the point of asking, how come the government who know how to secure the borders, because we've had the Chinese government since 2002 bid for the establishment of the Maritime Security Wall. The Chinese government, Jimmy Fifi, who was friends with everybody in COP, who was inside the People's Partnership, he bid because he used to operate where the regiment take over across from where Penny Bowen husband used to build boat. All this is fact. All this is absolute fact. An entire parliament under Pandey, an entire parliament under Manning, an entire parliament under Kamler, an entire parliament under Rowley. 20 years. And nobody thought to secure the nation's borders. Why? If the government is not in bed with those using this country for narcotics trafficking to the world, why would they have not yet secured the nation's borders? We do not need Chimley to buy boats for us. We do not need to be buying all them bullshit boats to send to Colm Imbert Graveyard in Shagaramas, where he paid his partner and next PNM to house boats that you're buying from Chinley to dead. Hundreds of millions of dollars. If the government, but it's not just this government. It's not just this government. The last government, the Kamla Prasad predecessor government, how come? I want to ask you a question. If you know that the majority of drugs, guns, and human trafficking coming into Trinidad on the south border, why would your Coast Guard be on your north coast? Stick up in. If your helicopters have 2 hours flying time, and the theater of operations that they are most needed, your air guard especially, is on the south coast, why are they based in the north where they have to spend an hour and a half flying time burning gas to and from the theater of operation, so they only get a half hour? How come? How come the government is not addressing? There are businesses in this country that have become massive overnight, that seem to have a source of funding and foreign exchange that the rest of the country don't have, separate and apart from everybody else. They don't have a problem with US, and they don't have a problem opening branch after branch after branch. How come? How come it appears that we have a parallel economy running in Trinidad and Tobago, and the government and the FIU not telling you anything about it? How come? Because at some point, if you're going to explain your wealth, you're going to go right back to the 80s, where after the recession, certain people became multi-millionaire billionaires overnight. And nobody has ever had to explain where that money come from in a nation that had 600 million on Monas, 600 million Norfolk, Virginia, 500 million Canada, $1 billion off the coast of Spain. That is the level of drugs that were intercepted by foreign law enforcement, not ours. We package it and sent it on. How is it possible that that much drugs could come into this country, get repackaged and shipped on, and the government that is in charge of the securing of this nation not yet secure this nation's borders? How come the same Atlantic, the same LNG boat that bring drugs this time, bring drugs last time? How come we have no way to stop and search at sea and provide designated landing points so that we end the use of this country as a narcotics pipeline to the world? This is a nation that has plenty questions to answer. And the people that you have to ask the question of is your Prime Minister, your Minister of National Security, your Attorney General, how come Faris Al-Rawi want to write every kind of law except money laundering? How come? How come you don't want to write a money laundering law, which is our biggest problem in this country where crime is concerned? How come Faris has yet to bring to Parliament a law for criminal enrichment that cannot be justified by the business they operate in? Don't give me this bullshit about explain your wealth. That is gold teeth, gold chain you're going after. The money launderers in this country that have taken hundreds of billions of dollars out of the economy. Where their money pass? Where? Because they ain't paying TT. So the money have to leave in US. And that's why we have a foreign exchange crisis. We shut down Petrotrin to provide an explanation and possibly to end the AV oil investigation and to give somebody, and we can find out who, a chance, somebody registering 3 and 4 shell companies and dummy companies all over the world, fronting behind some white people here and some Chinese and Asians and Arabs there to pretend that it's not Trinidad drug money and Trinidad corruption money laundered through the actual authentic government. How come nobody in government talks about this? How come? They get there, they see the level of criminality, and instead of fixing it, they partake in it. How come the media doesn't ask Keith Rowley why in 4 years you have not yet secured the nation's borders? Why the media not asking Kamala why in 5 years and 6 months you did nothing to secure this nation's borders? In fact, both of them appointed to high public positions, cabinet ministries and state board chairmen, people known to be involved or connected